You mark this problem as the important problem for the examination. Important problem. 4 forces. 4 forces of magnitudes. Of magnitudes. 2 Newton, 3 Newton, 4 Newton and 5 Newton are acting on a body at a point inclined at a point inclined at 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree and 120 degree respectively with the horizontal. Respectively with the horizontal. Find their resultant. Find their resultant. Important problem. There are 4 forces. The magnitude of these forces are, what is the magnitude of the first force? 2 Newton. Second force, 3 Newtons. Third force, 4 Newton. And the fourth force has a magnitude of 5 Newtons. All these forces are acting on a body at a point. Let's suppose that this is a body and this is the point on the body. At this point these forces are acting. This is the horizontal. What is the first force? 2 Newtons. It acts at how many degree? 30 degree with the horizontal. So let's say this is the first force. At this point, same point on the body, this force is 2 Newtons. At the same point on the body, the second force, 3 Newtons at 60 degree. And at 90 degree you have 4 Newton acting, and at 120 degree, what is this angle now? 120. You have the fourth force, that is 5th Newton acting on the body. So how many forces are acting on the body? 4 forces are acting on a body at a point. Now you need to find the resultant of these forces. Keep in your mind, I have told you many times that whenever an oblique force acts, say this 2 Newtons is oblique, this is also 3 Newtons is also oblique. If an oblique force acts, this 2 Newtons act on a body, this force has to be resolved along x-axis and also along y-axis. So you need to resolve 2 Newtons along x-axis and along y-axis because it is an oblique force. If Vx is the, what is this is force, if Fx is the value of the resultant component along x-axis, take Fy, then you have resultant in this. So you need to resolve these forces. First, take the sum of all horizontal forces. So you will come to know the total force acting along x-axis. Then resolve all the forces along y-axis also. Take their sum. Then you will come to know the total force acting along y-axis. Then the situation is, this is Fx total, and here you have Fy total, and this is 90 degree. So then we use R equals root of t square plus q square cos 90 again. Then you will get the net resultant the net force or the resultant force at this point. We don't usually call it as net resultant. Net resultant means resultant of resultants. Here these are all just forces, so you need to have only one resultant, that's all. Okay, now let me draw another picture for better understanding. You write this diagram. At 30 degree, how many force, what force is there? Okay. 2 newtons. Let me call that force as P1. This is 30 degree. And at 60 degree, I have the second force, call it as P2. And P3 is along 90 degree. So there is a fourth force acting at 120 degree. This is P4. So mark down the angles also. And this is, what is this line? Yeah. Horizontal. Okay. In the problem, it is given that P1 is equal to 2 Newton. What is the magnitude of the force P1? 2 Newton. P2 is equal to 3 Newton. P3 is equal to 4 Newton. P4 is equal to 5 Newton. Okay. Now, in the next line you write, these forces can be resolved into x and y components. That means each force will have x component and y component. Okay. These forces can be resolved into x and y components as Rx and Ry respectively. Now, can you tell me what is the total value of Rx? Rx is the sum of all the x components. How many forces are there? 4 forces. So, how many x components you should have? 4. What is x component denoted by cos theta? Okay. And Rx is equal to, what is the first force? P1. And it is resolved as cos theta 1, because theta 1 is the angle for the first force, plus what is the x component of the second force? P2 cos theta 2. See, when I told you in projectile, how do you resolve this? This is v, like velocity into cos theta. This is velocity into sin theta. This is vx and vy. Here we are now taking force as P1, P2, P3. So instead of velocity, force into cos theta 1, that is the x component of the first force, x component of the second force. Tell me this, P3 cos theta 3 plus P4 cos theta 4. This is the sum of all the x components of the forces acting at the point O. Did you understand this? How many forces are acting at point 4? Oh, 4 forces. So these forces have to be resolved into x components and y components. Now what is the total of all these x components? I have denoted as Rx. And how further Rx is given by P1 cos theta 1, P2 cos theta 2 and so on. Now Rx equals P1 is 2 into cos 30 plus P2 is 3 into cos 60 plus P3 is 4 into cos 90 plus P4 is 5 into cos 120. Now take down the value of Rx. This is 2 into what is the value of cos 30? Root 3 by 2 plus 3 into what is the value of cos 60? Half. Plus 4 into what is the value of cos 90? 0. Plus 5 into what is the value of cos 120? Just now I told you. Minus half. So 2 and 2 cancel. Rx equals root 3. 1.73. Okay. I thought of taking 3 decimal places. No problem. Plus 3 by 2 is 1.5 plus 0 minus 5 by 2, 2.5. How much is 5 by 2? 2.5. Now add this and give me the final answer. 0.73 newtons. 0.732 newtons. 0.73 newtons. What is this 0.732 newtons? This is the total horizontal force acting at this point O. So in this way, what is the force acting? 0.732 newtons along x-axis. Now you need to find what is the net force or the sum of all the y components acting at the point O. For that, what is the formula? Ry equals P1 sin theta 1 and so on, so on, so on. Can you do that? Yes. Next. Similarly, Ry equals P1 sin theta 1 plus P2 sin theta 2 plus P3 sin theta 3 plus P4 sin theta 4. Now Ry equals 2 into sin 30, theta 1 is 30 degree plus 3 into sin 60 plus 4 into sin 90 plus 5 into sin 120. So Ry is 2 into half, sin 30 is half, plus 3 into sin 60, sin 60 is root 3 by 2, plus 4 into sin 90, sin 90 is 1, plus 5 into sin 120. Do you know how to find the value of sin 120?
Root 3 by
180 minus 60, or you can also take it as 90 plus 30.
cos 30.
So since 90 has come, it becomes cos 30. 90 plus theta is in second quadrant. Second quadrant sign is positive or negative? Positive. So cos 30 plus cos 30. And what is the value of cos 30? Root 3 by. we are now going to cancel. Ry equals 1 plus, this is 1.5 into 1.73. You know 3 by 2 is how much? 1.5 into root 3 is 1.73 plus 4 plus 5 by 2 is 2.5 into 1.73. You make it around
4.25.
total. How much? 11.92. 11.92. So like this it is 11.92 units. Okay. Now let's come to the last step of this problem. What is the total force along horizontal? It's along x-axis 0.73, along y-axis. So now look at the board. You now have come to a situation that if this is the point 4, this is Rx and this is Ry, and now the angle between them is 90. Now, the resultant force at O is, the resultant force at O is what? Is the resultant of Rx and Ry. So R is equal to square root of Rx square plus Ry square plus 2 Rx Ry into cos theta. This is the formula for the result. Our R is equal to square root of, how much is Rx square? 0.732 square plus Ry square 11.92 square plus 0, because cos 90 is 0. See here, theta is 90 degree. Between Rx and Ry, what is the value of C? 90. So that part doesn't come for simplification. Now you simplify, square, take square roots. Taking square root, the final answer is 11.96. Okay. So in this problem we understood how to find the resultant of many forces acting at a point on a body. First you take the sum of all x component of the forces acting, then y component, then take the resultant by taking theta is equal to 90 degree between x and y.